You don't need to be doing more. You actually need to be doing a hell of a lot less, better. There's a massive issue, right? And this is something I fell victim to myself personally. I used to be the guy in the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week, twice a day, fatigued, inflamed, stressed, binging on my diet, only to restrict the following day, only to unravel come the weekend and say I'm going to start again Monday. If you're relating with this so far, then strap the fuck in. It's going to be a good little video for you. But something happened to me, at the ripe old age of 27. I matured a lot within my lifting journey. Call it the fitness menopause, if you will, where I started looking at things objectively from a more long-term standpoint. Right, I've been training for 10 long years now. 10 long years. Within that 10 years, there's been periods of pushing, pulling, falling off, starting back up again, but I've always stayed consistent. Some of the years I've been half in, half out. Some of the time I've been all in. Some of the time I've just been ticking over. But the thing with training, the thing with fitness, developing your body, your physique, you need to play the long game with it, right? And there was a simple system that I actually created for myself, for my clients, because this problem kept arising not only in my life, but in my clients' lives as well. They would be really, really good for like 12 to 16 weeks on a hard sprint towards a specific goal. They'd hit the goal, they'd have that dopamine come down, the slingshot effect would happen, and they'd rebound off the back of it. Because there's so much adrenaline that builds up within your system when pursuing a goal. Especially whether it be a marathon, an event, a photo shoot, a big fat loss phase, a muscle building phase, a powerlifting event for that matter. And you might be watching this thinking, whoa, that's too much for me. I don't want to do anything like that. Cool. Body transformation then. You want to be in shape. Like, as a man, your core focus at a certain stage of your life, the need is there. You want to be lean, you want to be strong, you want to be jacked, you want to have a lean, powerful body, right? You don't want to be seen to be average. You want to be cut from a different cloth. You want to actually look like someone worth respecting. But with that being said, I've always thought that way. I felt that way. I always knew I wanted to be better. So what did I do? I decided to be better. And one thing had to die was my ego. So I always felt more was going to lead to more, better results. But in hindsight now, looking back, it actually led to worse results. As I said when I introed this video, inflammation, stress, under-recovered, binge eating, unstable energy, up and down, volatile testosterone levels. So I decided to scale everything back. Scale everything back to 3 simple full body strength training sessions per week. That was lever number 1. I even scaled back how I was eating to 2 simple meals per day. 1 snack of like some whey and some fruit or something, some yogurt potentially. I started focusing more on recovery, mobility, sauna, cold, contrast therapy, better quality sleep, supplementation, cleaning up the diet, minimizing any alcohol. I've actually went sober. I don't take any drugs or drink alcohol. I have no vices anymore. I literally done the approach of success via subtraction, right? And in a world where you're constantly infiltrated with more information, more noise, more strategy, it's very, very easy to think more, and then you create this Frankenstein program or Frankenstein lifestyle where you're trying to operate like a Hyrox athlete, do CrossFit 3 times a week, look like a bodybuilder, stay 6% body fat, while still having a social life and building a multiple 6 to 7, even up to 8-figure business. And it makes no sense. You're tying yourself up in this proverbial knot and you're spread from pillar to post, trying to do all the things in which you shouldn't be doing. But in reality, you need a very, very simple system. And I was speaking to one of my clients yesterday, Jordan. He's doing extremely well. 28-year-old guy, upwards of your 35 to 50,000 pounds per month, running his consultancy business, and he was stressed. I could see it in his face. He was stressed, he was anxious, he didn't want to let me down as his coach. But we came down to the conclusion, it's like, what do you really, really need? And it's like, I need to go back to how I started this process with you, with the 3 simple sessions per week. I need to delegate my food out, I need to do this, I need to do that. And we structured everything, right? We realigned and structured everything because for a lot of you guys, you really your real deep meaningful goal here is probably peace of mind, flow state, and to mitigate agitation and to have an element of peace of mind, knowing that the levers you're pulling day to day are building your body, getting you stronger. The food in which you're eating is keeping you competent, high energy, low bloat, low inflammation, no gastric stress. You're hydrating, supplementing with the right quality supplements and amount of hydration to stay alert, stay sharp. You're not over reliant on caffeine and you're not undersleeping. You're actually optimized for success in the things you want to be successful with in life. Let's say it's body, let's say it's relationships and social life. Because you're not a professional athlete. Sorry, I hate to break it to you, but you're not a professional athlete. You can't spend 3 hours in the gym per day. I know you want to, maybe you don't even want to, but you're making things harder than they need to be. And see this kind of more mindset, it's killing you. It's fucking killing you. It killed me nearly enough until I structured and scaled everything back to the baseline and minimum. Like, you got to understand what your minimal viable dose is, and this is what we find out. We have a MVD calculator inside the coaching program where we can work out someone's maximum and minimum sets to maintain, grow, or scale with their body. A strategic nutrition system that allows us to align their favourite foods and meals with the 2-1 approach with their diet. We can systemize their supplementation based upon blood work, so the supplements they're taking isn't going to waste money. It's going to give them the ROI they want, and it's going to allow them to operate better. So from a training, nutrition, supplementation standpoint, we can get all of that dialed in like that, simple. And that was based and built off the tail end of me running into the wall time and time again, which is something I don't want to happen to you. Then, from a mindset component, you need to fall in love with presence. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is an incredible book for understanding this. Because see, when you really deep it and you look at your life from a grand perspective, how you want to look, how you want to feel, what success looks like, what it feels like, how your body is, what percent of body fat you are, the amount of muscle you have, how your shoulders look like, you list it all down to the 9 miles. You get very, 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 very clear on all of these core drivers. Then you can think, okay, how do I reverse engineer all these steps? Similar to what I do with business, like I'll maybe even show you, I'll just push that down. Like, I have my whole month mapped out on that whiteboard, and I can reverse engineer every single strategy, step, and tactic I need to put in place daily to move my business forward. And it should be the same case for you and your business and your body. There needs to be a plan, needs to be a strategy, needs to be accountability to follow through, needs to be disciplined with the basics at a high level, but do less. You need to be doing so much less than you think, because the more volume you do, the more beat up you become, and again, you fall back into that shit cycle. So, guys, there's a very simple system behind doing this. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it has to be executed. And a lot of your guys' egos can't handle doing less because you just value chaos, you value being stressed, you value not getting results and just being an effort junkie, putting as much effort in as possible, they get no return. You know, and the thing is, see, when you're very clear, you have a simple approach, you have a frictionless system, that's when you're going to win on a very high level. So I want to maybe steer you towards doing something differently today, and there's going to be a link below. If you're done wasting time, you want to actually level the fuck up, you want to stop fucking wasting your time, there's a link below in the description. Hit that. I mean, you can chat one-to-one on WhatsApp here, find out exactly what you need to be doing, where you're at, where you want to go, how we can best get you there, and put a frictionless system in place, working less, beginning away with more, and get you winning, bro. Simple as that. So guys, I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Catch you later.